Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my SilverSneakers chair yoga class. I'm going to show you the class today. Here they are. Oh.
Well, I do feel so. That's why I'm like,
If you had a place like that where I just relax and enjoy it,
we're gonna watch
it would be worth.
Yeah.
I mean, you would still have to create.
You may want to move that seat.
Take care of the guard.
yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Good morning. They're kind of chatty. Okay, class is starting.
Yay!
I've already welcomed my TV fans. You're going to want to move down a little bit more.
I thought you could be just like in the middle.
Yeah, that's good. That'd be good. Cheryl, why don't you come right here? Actually, we're supposed to stagger the seats for these classes. They get lined up in a straight line and I leave them there, but they're supposed to be staggered. We're not supposed to stagger, but the seats are supposed to stagger. All right. Sit on back at the back of your seat, if you will. Here we go. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And allow yourself permission to be here. Say, it's okay if I'm here. I've got stuff to do later, but it's all right now. I need these 45 minutes. I need this breath work. Helps me get through this day. Watching TV, whatever you're doing, it's tough to do right now. So use that breath work to help calm you. Every breath is a gift. Every moment is a gift. Every day is a gift. I'll remind you of that after class. Close your eyes, feel the muscles of the face relax, around the neck, which translate down into the shoulders. As I said, my watch reminds me twice a day to have some meditation time, some mindfulness time. And with permission granted, let's move out to the edge of the seat. Coming into seated mountain pose, I'm going to take my hands on the thighs. You can rest them down at the side, whatever feels good to you. Remember, I'm not in your body, so you have to make decisions based on what feels good in your body. Let the elbows draw downward. If your arms are down, let the fingers draw downward. Notice how that's going to lift the heart a little bit. Eyes are closed again. You are on the very tip of the sit bones. Imagine that spine is as long as it can possibly be. Even with those nice little curves in your spine. That low back in, upper back goes out a bit. The cervical vertebrae go back in. You are still as tall as you can be. You are tall for you as I am tall for me. Let that left shoulder drop down more. I'm going to drop my head over to the right. And then while I'm here, I'm going to take a little bit of a nod, dropping the chin forward just a little bit. Get into them tight spots. Let's go the other way. Slowly transfer to the other side, and again, let that right shoulder drop down. And then just a little tip forward and back. It's like, oh yeah. All the way back up, make your figure eight right in front with your nose. Down, around, up, over, and down, around, up, over. Take that sharp downward motion. You'll feel a little deeper stretch. I love to do this with my eyes closed. And then come back right to the center of that figure eight. All right, slide the hands forward now. Scoop the belly. And then let that upper body just kind of round, just the upper body here, round. And then I'm gonna come back and slide the hands to the crease of the hip, elbows back, and lift the heart. Every day, some cat and cow. This is seated cat and cow. We wanna keep that spine flexible. Yogis will say you're as young as your back is flexible, and it can start right here with this. So with your own breath, here's the inhale, we come back. And the exhale, we come forward. Take a few more with your own breathing rhythm. Very last one. And down. All right, and then fingertips on the shoulder. And let's begin to roll the shoulders around. Now, you need to keep them down low, that's okay. Up high, make them as big as you're comfortable. Just be aware of your breathing when you do this. We tend to want to hold our breath when arms come up, so keep it still breathing. And then back to front. And again. All right, and then out to the side, opening the chest. Outside edges together, the little tuck in the chin. Same thing again. Press the elbows back, press the knuckles back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And then come back in. One more time, opening wide. And back in. Get that back nice and strong. Now I'm gonna put my left hand out and just take my right hand back. Now I'm gonna add this little twist so it'll get into the body. Continue to wrap that shoulder blade around your spine and then come back. Let's take the other side, same thing. Wrap that shoulder blade around the spine. Pull it in, pull it in. Back. Deep breath in, exhale, round that upper body. And then come right back up. All right, deep breath. Heel to hand, press them together. So get a little strength in the chest. And then we're gonna forward fold. A little tuck in the chin here. And then inhale, halfway rise, heart comes forward. So begin to flex that low back. Bring the heart forward, reach into chair pose, and all the way up. Turn to the right, let the arms float down. Leave that left hand there, and then cross the right one over top. Breathe right between the shoulder blades. Okay, same thing again. Deep breath. Heel to hand, gonna press together. Spend a moment there, and then forward fold. Tuck the chin, long neck. Inhale, halfway rise, reaching forward. Feel the weight on the feet, on the heels right there, all the way up. Turn to the right. That's the left. Let the arms float down. And sit up nice and tall. Sometimes, and just watch me do this, sometimes when you lower the arms, the body comes down. So I just want you to keep that spine nice and long. Notice you're on the tip of the sit bones there. Keep that right hand there. Follow it to the front. Breathe right between the shoulder blades. Heel on the back of the chair, let's slide that right foot forward. I'm gonna sit into the back of to the heel of my hand, hold onto the chair lest we slip out. All right, shoulder rolls back, lifting the heart. Deep breath. All right, and then come forward just a little bit. You can put a little bend in that leg. We're gonna get a nice stretch. And then once you get to that range of motion, I'm gonna say that feels okay. I want you to bring the heart forward and you'll increase that stretch a little bit more. Yeah, lovely. Sole the foot on the ground, round the spine, roll back up, and we take the other side. Heel in front, grab hold of the chair. Shoulders back, elbows back, lift the heart. So watch the head doesn't fall back. You don't need to look at the tiles on the ceiling, maybe the top of the window there. All right, breathing. And then here we go. We're gonna come forward, hand on that right thigh. Find that range of motion, little bend in that knee, and then bring the heart forward. Yeah, little baby cobra there, lovely, beautiful. All right, hands on the thigh, round the spine, bring that right leg up with you, and roll back onto the fleshy part of your seat. And then we're gonna come forward. Sit nice and tall. Now you can grab underneath if that feels better. Round back, forehead goes in, lift, exhale. Inhale, exhale. I guess the music was loud. I guess that's why the microphone seemed so soft earlier to me. Okay, now out to the side, sit up nice and tall. A little circle in the ankle there. Yeah, nice. All right. Now, head over, heart over pelvis. You're on the tip of the sit bones right here. Lift the heart a wee bit more. Lovely. and then let it float down and come right back in. All right, I'm gonna take it out to the side and right back in. You need a little help, go ahead and use that hand. You want a little more work, push the hand down into the leg, just a little bit, up to you entirely. And there, all right. So deep breath in, forward fold, halfway rise, up which becomes the left leg. We're gonna roll all the way back, forehead in, lift through the heel, and again. Sit back, and then find the tip of the sit bones as you come forward. And again, 2 more times. Back side, tip of the sit bones, 1 more time. Tip of the sit bones, bring it right back in, bring it out to the side, circle the ankle, wiggle your toes. Yeah. And here we are, head over, heart over pelvis. Imagine you were actually standing on this foot. Wouldn't that be fun? It's called standing big toe pose. We grab toe. All right, let it float back down. And it comes right back in and then out. Again, support it if you need to. You can even keep it on the ground. That's okay. Or add a little more work to it. All right, last one. We're going to keep both feet out just a little bit wider. First, we're going to move just the rib cage here. All right. So I'm going to think of a coffee grinder. Yeah. Everything on the base is still, and the ribs are going around. Just a small range of motion. Wow. Wow. Y'all are good. You should see the other clap. No. And then go the other way. You gotta pull that belly in. You gotta control that. All right, so now we're just gonna come back to that straight spine, and we're gonna move the whole spine around. So this is more about the hips and the low back. It feels so good to me. Get everything ready. And then go the other way, same thing, and around. And one more time. All right, so there's this great big beach ball here in front. We're gonna round over it. Scoop the belly, let the fingers come maybe to the shin. Take a deep breath into the back ribs, and exhale, roll right back up. All right, feet in, deep breath. Heel to hand pressed together, and then we forward fold. We're gonna take this halfway rise. All right, circle sweep. And we're gonna circle sweep and stand up all the way around. Here we go. Lovely, lovely. Reach for that left wrist, palm to the ceiling, and then lift that left elbow to the ceiling. So another side stretch. Watch your breath. We tend to do that. The other side, same thing. Elbow to the ceiling. Nice stretch. Give yourself a hug and creep the fingers back a little bit more. Now take a deep breath in between the shoulder blades. And as if you're going to take your shirt off, down all the way up and over. And then, of course, you know that guys take their shirt off like that. All right, get around to the back of the chair. Insignificant information. Okay, and drink of water if you didn't get one. Go grab one, please. Okay, little Stairmaster here. So up and down. A little cracking in of your sneakers. It's probably not the best word to use. All right. And then let's rise up and back down. Now just lift the toes, give them a wiggle. And then take the toes out. So up and down, give the toes a wiggle. Up and down. Give the toes a wiggle. Again. And one more time. All right. Walk that right foot out, and then turn the toe to the right wall and turn the left toe to the front, okay? And we're gonna sweep across and then come back. And I'm gonna lift up on that toe. We sweep across and then pull back. And now begin to connect this with your breath. If you need the chair, you wanna close your eyes, use the chair. That's fine. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Let's walk that foot back in. And then we'll go the other way. Same thing. This is about the hip and the knee and the ankle, so do spend time and do that. Okay. Same thing here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale as you come back. Lift the heel or lift the toes if you'd like. I'm not going to go to the heel, but I'll go to the toes. See how it flows so nicely with your own breath, not necessarily mine at all. Again. One more time. All right, come right back in. Walk that foot in. All right, so here we go. Deep breath in. Sink into the knees. Let the knees come up tall. And sink into the knees. So a little Tai Chi breath work here. And again. One more time. And in. So now bring this up. Push it away. Bring it back in. And push down. So I'm bending my knees and straightening. My own modifications of this Tai Chi, I think, just works better for me. And down. One more time. And now hold this out here. Pull that right arm back, turn to the right, and back to the front. Pull the left arm back, just rotating in the upper body. And again, right and left. One more time. And back. Reaching up. Come into stool pose, which is like a smaller chair pose. So the hips are going to come back. My elbows are bent. That's just fine. And then I'm come into lightning chair pose. You're holding this beach ball on the back side of you right here. And circle sweep all the way up. Deep breath in. Hands on the chair. Step back to downward facing dog. Our first one. Movement, anything you need. Bending the knees. Swing the hips. Tuck the tailbone. Lift the tailbone. Round the spine. Release the heart down. All those things can happen, or none of those things can happen. Take that deep breath, open your mouth and sigh. Splay your fingers out, wiggle your fingers. All right, take the gaze over the chair, step in on the right foot, and let's step back on the left foot. I think we did this the other day, so it's not a big wide step, but you've got both feet flat on the ground and both legs are straight. I'm gonna roll forward and come as far forward on that toe as you'd like, and then sit back and lift that toe in front. Okay, I'm gonna sink that back knee. So it's balance. Reach forward and pull back. And again, one hand on the chair if that feels better to you. For me, it would probably be my left hand here. And back. And again, a little more breath work. Comes into a little bit of a balance because we're moving slow, right? And come as far forward. You wanna maybe let that back toe leave the ground. That's okay. Last time, and now we're going to settle into both feet square on the ground. Hands in front. I'm going to peel that right arm back. You need the chair, drop it down and all the way out. Now press that big toe into your shoe or into the ground right there, and that's going to keep the hips from turning. So you want to work at keeping the hips to the front. Press through that foot, the big toe mound. Breathing. Both arms over your head as you come back up. Reach to the ceiling, step together. Lovely. Other foot, toe ball, heel goes back. So be sure you can keep both feet flat on the ground, both knees straight, and then we're going to do the same thing. Roll forward and pull back. I'm going to sink into my back knee a little bit. And back. Moving with intention. As I told you after that tight energy class I took online, my body just felt kind of tingly. It's interesting. And down. Okay, so now we settle into both feet. Both legs are straight, both toes facing straight ahead. We're going to peel this arm back, touch your skin, shoulder to shoulder, and release to the back. Use that right hand on the chair if you need to, it's okay. Press that big toe mound on the left foot into the earth. So that's going to keep the hips from turning. Lengthen your spine with an inhale, drop your shoulders. All right, come back to the front, reach to the ceiling, step both feet together. I'm going to step back so I hit my face, we forward fold. Let's get out to the side here. Halfway rise. And circle sweep all the way up. Lovely. Circle the arms down. Back to downward facing dog. Looks like I plugged these pants in, doesn't it? In this camera, it's like, my gosh, they're bright. I need that shirt, that sweatshirt of yours, Pat. Oh, goodness. Be glowing in the dark. Take that nice stretch there. Okay, taking your gaze over the chair, stepping on the right foot, slide that left foot back, turn the toe, we rise up into warrior one, deep breath in. Now I'm gonna touch the fingers right here over my face, heel the hand, fingers are gonna press together for a little bit. And then I'm gonna circle the arms around, bring the heart forward a little bit more, and imagine those elbows are gonna point down to my tailbone. Come back around, a little press together, up and around, proud warrior. And again, let's shove them forward. In fact, drop the chin, and then up and around, the heart lifts so the gaze comes up. And again, press the hand together and open. Press the hand together as the arms open, step both feet together, open. Lovely, other side, same thing, toe ball heel. Oh, calf stretch feels so good to me, I hope it does to you too. Just basic warrior one, knee over the ankle, back leg is straight, toes turned out a little bit, check in with your bod here. Okay, so open wide, let the heart come forward a wee bit more, those elbows point towards the back heel, and then press the hands together, tuck the chin. Lifting up and over. Aren't you glad you found your raincoat?
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
Yay.
yeah. Oh, it was great. Jackie goes, I have this red coat that it's not mine. We told her to keep the other one. It was really nice. And I was going to take a picture yesterday, but I forgot. And again. Oh, this just feels so good to me. Step both feet in, arms all the way down. All right, we'll shake out here. Coming around to the right side of the chair. Oh, let's get a drink of water. Why not? Why rush these things? Okay, around to the right side of the chair. And we're just gonna let that foot swing forward and back a bit. So in the hip right there. All right, now I'm gonna take it around a little bit. Okay, you've got hold of the chair here. I don't know, maybe try it without the chair. It's up to you. All right, and then just a little swing. Now, bring the instep forward like you were kicking a soccer ball. When was the last time you did that? All right, very good. And then just let it down. So slowly, we're gonna lift and lower that leg. Toe ball heel. Goes through to the ground. Spend time and really feel that. So what I want you to do is try to do this without any hands. And then we're going to slow it down. So we're going to lift and we're going to lower. Becomes balance. And lower. And that chair is always there. Let's keep the hands at the heart. It's like, what do we do with our hands then? And lower. Lift and lower. And one more time, hold it. Maybe let it translate out to the side. There's that chair's always handy. Back to the front and behind. Turn that toe to the ground. It's going to want to go out to the side. Turn it right to the ground. Flex that foot. Now from here, we're going to take a little one-legged squat. Maybe that toe touches the ground. Rise back up. And again, think about lifting that front body like this rush of wind coming up the front body and down the back body. One more time. Let's leave the ball of the foot on the ground. Leave the heel up. And we rise up into warrior, into high lunge. Reaching. Drop your shoulders. Belly in. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Beautiful, beautiful. Doesn't have to be much at all. I'm going to take my left hand to the chair. Reach that right hand forward. Turn to the left wall. Now again, should you find balance, you let that hand leave. Maybe stretch it back. But it's not necessary. Come right back to the front. And now we take this little baby arc over to get a little stretch in through this hip flexor where we were just working earlier. Lovely. All right, circle sweep. Come into chair pose. Feet hip distance apart. Maybe powerful pose. Turn that tailbone to the back wall. Lovely. Knees can have a little bend to them or bigger. It's up to you entirely. Circle sweep, we're going to stand up nice and tall. All right, all the way back. Twinkly fingers. Okay, the other side. So first we just, that leg is just going to go dead weight a little bit here. Yeah. probably have to lift that hip a little bit so it doesn't hit the ground, especially if you've got shoes on. Yeah, and let the instep come forward. And then let's take this knee up and out to the side. Finding that range of motion around the hip. Bend the knee this time. Yes, this is a lot more work than this is. Okay, and then we come back to just lift and lower. And again, surely you can do this without any hands, but if you need it, it's right there. Toe ball heel with intention. Put that foot back down. Reground that foot. Okay, so then we start to slow down. And maybe hands come to the heart. We're going to feel that supporting leg fire on as well. 2 more. Think nice and tall in the spine. All right, and let's see if we can hold it up. Out to the side. Get that chair handy. Drop it down, it goes to the back. And we'll put a bend in that front leg and my supporting leg here. Keep that foot flexed, toe's gonna face the ground. It's like the toe is gonna reach to the ground. I'm gonna sink into that knee. Maybe that foot will touch the ground, maybe it won't. It's up to you, depends on how high you've got that leg. 2. Put a little bend in that front knee. It's like a little curtsy. 4 more. As you come back up, squeeze that glute. Work that hamstring in the back of the leg. 2 more. And last one. Wow. All right, bend it. Ball the foot on the ground. That heel is facing the ceiling. That heel's going to want to fall off to the side. Puts a lot of pressure on that big toe. So crank that heel right to the ceiling. All right. And then reach forward. I've got my left hand on the right hand on the chair. I'm going to turn to the right wall. So reach that left fingers forward. It's going to help me turn a little bit more. Maybe you find balance. Fire on those abdominal muscles. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Find length in the spine. Breathe beautiful. Drop your shoulders. I saw you. And then come on back to the front. Put that hand on the chair. We're going to take this baby arc over. Oh, that should come all the way into that hip flexor and that side body. All right, we circle sweep into chair pose or stool pose. It can come low or high. It's up to you entirely. Knees are tracking towards the toes. Pay attention. They're not going to buckle in. Breathing deep, and you can bend the elbows too. It's just fine. Breathe. Circle sweep. Stand all the way up. And let's take that forward fold so you don't hit the chair. Step away from it. Inhale, halfway rise. Circle sweep all the way up. And then come back down. All right, grab a drink of water. We'll come back. All right, upper body ready, lower body ready. Let's go. Round to the right side of the chair. And turn towards the chair. We're going to put our hands on the chair. We're going to come into that plank position today. But first, a little cat and cow. Now, if you have some wrist trouble, you can always grab hold of the chair. You can always lighten up here, or use the fingers, but lighten up here by just transferring the weight back to your feet a little bit more. If you don't, then grab hold. Shoulders are going to be over knees. Shoulders are going to be right over the wrists. Inhale, let the heart move forward. Exhale, tuck that tailbone. This is when I really love to drive my hands in towards the chair and push my back towards the ceiling. Scoop the belly. Inhale, heart comes forward. This is a great cat and cow. This is an everyday posture, I think. Keep those vertebrae flexible. And round. Okay, coming back to that flat back. And I just want you to imagine you were a dog, and you were just the happiest dog in the world. So you're gonna let that tailbone just wag. All right, it's not just a little wag. Let it wag. Not fast, but just let it wag side to side. All right, so with shoulders over top of the wrists, step that right foot back. Now you may need to reposition your shoulders, your hands a little bit. You're gonna reach back. Heart's going to come forward. Now, Should you find that strength, no shoulder trouble, I'm going to invite you to slide that other foot back. Heart's coming forward here. All right, that's what's important. Don't look down to the chair. Beautiful. Bring the first leg back in. Bring the second leg back in. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Come right back to the chair. We're going to come into downward facing dog. Hands on the chair, stepping back. Now just be careful in this posture. If you don't get dizzy, you can let the head fall below the heart. But if you do, keep the head lined up with your heart there. Breathing deep. All right, take a step back in so the shoulders are underneath. Oh, the wrists are underneath the shoulder again. Again, you can come up to the fingertips if you'd like. I'm going to slide that right arm out to me. All right, and then drive that hand into the mat. Let that arm into the chair. Let that arm reach, and then you're going to tuck it under the back. I think we did this the other day, didn't we? Yep. On Monday? Yeah. I have some things that I do that I go, these are some of my favorite exercises, and I'm going to do them often. This is one. Reaching and down. All right, reach to the ceiling, and then reach to that left wall. Get that body absolutely parallel to the ground again. We're going to circle that arm back towards the hip, and then shoot it forward towards the left wall. Circle it back and circle it forward. Your abdominal muscles are firing on. You are using that hand for support right here, and shoot it forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to. One more time. Reach forward, hands on the chair, step back to downward facing dog again. Whew. Now, this time, we're going to walk into the chair and roll up. So what I want you to do is scoop the belly, tuck the tailbone underneath you like your dog that just got scolded, and you're going to walk into the chair, hands on the back of the chair, and you stand up nice and tall, and we do this slowly so nobody gets dizzy. Stay there, take a breath. Okay, we sashay to the other side. Okay, and again, I feel like I'm just going yak, 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 yak. No. All right, hands on the chair, right underneath the shoulders. Oh my goodness. One cat and cow, heart forward. Oh, this should feel good. And then exhale, tuck the tail, dome the back, and let it lift skyward. And then come back right in the middle. This time we're going to take some shoulder push-ups. So what I want you to do is sink the heart towards the chair. The shoulder blades are going to come together, and then push away from the chair and dome the back. If you're not sure, watch me do this. I'm not going to bend my elbows. I'm just going to sink the heart down and then push away from it. All right? Sink it down and push away. So the center of your, between the shoulder blades is going to lift right to the ceiling. One more time. And then I want you to find that neutral position, right smack in the middle. Yeah? Shoulders pressing down. All right, I'm going to slide that foot that's closest to me out to the back. And you may stay here, bring the heart forward, or slide the other foot out into that beautiful plank position, looking over the chair. Your choice entirely. Wonderful. Turn that tailbone towards the heels. What the heck? All right, slide the first leg in, slide the second leg in, and then let's bring that left hand underneath, right hand underneath the heart, and out goes the left hand to me. We reach up, and we tuck underneath. It's the other hand, Joanne. Reaching. It's the other left. Tuck it in. And then reach up. And down. Again, reach up. And one more time, reach up. And come right back to the hip, and now we're going to shoot it forward to the right wall. Circle it back. Shoot it forward to the right wall. Come right up by your face if you can. Right past the ear. Forward and back. One more time. A lot of work on that back right there. Hands find their way to the chair. Round the spine and roll back up this time. Shoulders up, around, and down. Shake out. Nice. Let's grab a drink. Come on back. Okay, we're going to find some balance first, and we'll sit back down. So back around to the right side, we're going to bring that right foot into our tree pose. Without balancing just yet, what I want you to do is just to press that foot into your leg. You're gonna feel these legs muscles really fire on the back of the legs, those hamstring muscles, if you push that in there. Yeah, nice and tall. Maybe one hand, maybe two. Now, lengthen the spine. 3 breaths. Pay attention to them. That focal point straight ahead. All right, one hand on the chair. I'm going to lift that leg out to the side. And same thing again. This time you're going to fire on this glute and this hamstring and this supporting leg. Draw up through the middle, find that focal point, maybe balance. 3 breaths. And then let's release. I'm going to cross that leg over the midline, and I'm going to bend that back knee until it touches the leg. Just a little bit, and once again, let's try a little balance, but this time I'm going to cross the knuckles, squeeze them inward, an easy eagle pose. You can lift the arms higher if that feels good to you. Look beyond the wrists, or I'm looking over my fingers. All right, we unfurl everything and back to mountain pose. All right, so we did a tree pose, we did standing big toe pose, we did eagle pose. Other side. You're all so good at it. It's lovely. Okay, so same thing here. Just push that foot into your calf muscle. Now, if you're not engaging that calf muscle, all this is going to happen. So, engage that supporting leg, and then you're going to press. So, from the navel down, you want to be the trunk of the tree, and it's extremely strong. And if you find that balance, we take one hand or 2 hands. And if you're on 2 hands, you need to drop that toe down to sapling pose. That works for me too. Attention to your breath. All right, I'm going to lift this leg. Just support it gently. It can be low, whatever works for you. You're going to feel that supporting leg fire on, flex that foot, attention to your breath. And here it goes across. Sink that back knee just a little bit until it firmly rests on the back of the front leg. Take both hands here. I'm going to cross the knuckles over if that works. If not, just one hand is fine. Squeezing the knuckles together is going to separate those shoulder blades. Unfurl. Come back to mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. And exhale down. Yeah, deep breath in. The arms out, deep breath in. And down. One more time. And down. Turn the palms to the front, come into mountain pose. Chair is handy. Try to close your eyes. The tailbone goes towards the ground so the knees have got a little bit of a bend in it. Belly is lifted, pelvic floor is lifted, belly is pulling in, the heart's lifted. And then think about broadening the collarbones. Imagine yourself walking through the world like this all the time. Deep breath in, fingers together. Heel the hand, press inward, and come right down to your heart. All right, let's go sit back down. Grab a drink of water. Really, really nice work. A little energy, a little calm is what I was hoping for today. Okay, let's slide that leg out to the side. I'm going to say you're probably going to need to get on the edge of the seat to do this because otherwise the seat will tend to drop you back into it. All right, and taking that leg out. Now, if this gives you a cramp in your hip here, and it may, turn that heel in, okay? Otherwise, I'm gonna keep the toe facing straight ahead. Reach to the ceiling. Now, should you find balance, try the other one. Pretty amazing. Now, I'm gonna hinge forward. You can drop one hand to the thigh if you'd like. So I'm hinging forward at the hip, not all the way down, no ribs on the thigh muscle there. And maybe that other arm will go out as well. Turn the palms forward and feel the shoulder blades roll back. Now from here, let's lift right back up. Palms are now facing the ceiling. The shoulder blades have rolled back. Lovely. One hand on the chair, reaching. It's a nice, easy version of Warrior 2 today. Breathing deep. And then this hand drops to the leg. We look over towards the left wall. Take a nice deep breath in. Notice it's a little more challenging when that spine is twisted. Oh, look awesome. All right, walk that foot back in. We go to the other cheek. Leg goes out. And again, you got a cramp in the hip. Go ahead and turn that toe to the front. Let's start with one arm up. Now, I want to be careful not to let the toe or knee lock out. So fire on that leg right here. And then perhaps the other one goes up. Drop the shoulders. Now I'm going to hinge forward, but I'm going to use my left hand right there, reaching forward. Nice. Arms come parallel to the ground. If you can, pull the shoulder blades in, and then I'm going to turn the palms to the front of the room. All right. My shoulder blades are pointing to the tailbone. Then as I rise right back up, palms to the ceiling. The shoulders have rolled back. Yeah, really nice. And here we go. Easy version of Warrior 2. Turn the gaze. And then let that hand fall over. Look to the right wall. Take the deepest breath you've taken. And then let that foot walk back in. All right. Sit on back. And then right leg goes up, right to the front. And then with these left fingers, as if you were gonna reach to the sneakers, just slide down. Come right back up. Let's go the other way. Was that a big yawn? Slide down. The more you slide, the more I want you to turn. Yeah. Maybe you make it to the foot, maybe you don't. Come right back up. Deep breath in. The more you slide, the more you turn. Beautiful. That stretch is going to come into that back as this happens. One more on the other side. And right back up. Both feet out in front. Little circle. Wiggle your toes. I'm going to sit away from the back of the chair. As I reach up nice and tall, you can lower the legs, bend the knees if you need to. It's just fine. And then feet down. Make sure everybody does that. We forward fold. A little tuck in the chin. And as you halfway rise, slide the hands back towards the legs. Give them a little squeeze. And almost like you're trying to pull your quadricep muscles back. Draw the elbows back and the heart forward. You should feel that tailbone right there on the chair when you do that. And then release, push off the thigh muscles, come all the way up. Spine goes back into the chair. And you sit nice and tall for a few moments of some seated meditation. Let those powerful jaw muscles relax. Let the eyebrows unfurl. Start with a nice deep breath, and then let your breathing come back to its normal breathing rhythm. Your teeth have unclenched. You've released the tongue from the roof of the mouth as well. body thrives on movement, but the mind thrives on stillness. And this is the moment that you can let it happen. So make that body as still as you can, except for the rhythm of your breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And as you bring your hands to your heart, let a smile come over your face. Eyes open, soft gaze. Every breath is a gift. Every moment is a gift. Every day is a gift. Namaste.
Namaste.
Isn't that lovely? You are very welcome for this day.
That's wonderful.
And I'll see you all again on Monday. Same schedule next week. I will get a calendar together because June starts soon. I don't want anybody to forget that there's no class the second Wednesday of the month. Now here's what I'm thinking about doing.
So fun.
Oh, is thinking on the days that we don't have a Wednesday class for circuit, thinking I would do that on Monday instead. So we would get at least 4 days of circuit. Okay? All right. So I will put that on the calendar then. But it doesn't affect everybody. You will always have yoga on Monday and never have yoga on the second Wednesday of the month. I'm saying that so I remember it. Okay, great. Good work.
Thank you.
You know